What is going on, Ryan? Do appreciate you for reaching out to us on Facebook, man, and do appreciate you also for being patient. A lot of people really wanted to get a video, so we are currently, going through about 50 or so people's websites and doing a custom video for them. So again, do appreciate you being patient. I got a video here for your website and for your business, and it's gonna have 3 points for them, right? And that's gonna be content, backlinks, and citations. Then I'll show you the opportunity of taking these steps for your business and why that's going to be so important and start driving in that traffic that you're wanting and looking for, right? Excuse me. So, first things first is content. Generally, Google likes to see 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage. Now, that's depending on the competition and the number of keywords needed. If you're asking what a keyword is anything someone might type into Google when they're looking for a particular service or product. So, in your content, right, you can place these keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website found for. An example of these keywords could be epoxy flooring, St. George, Utah, or stained concrete, Utah, polished concrete, Utah. You get the idea, right? List goes on and on and on. So I got your website here in a word counter, and we see that you're currently at 327 words. Now you're going to want to go ahead and get that up to 1,500 words at least, for two reasons, right? Reason number one is going to be Google does not consider your website an authority until you hit 1,500. So that would be the first reason. And the second reason is going to be you want enough content for these keywords that you're going to be putting into your website. And to give you a better idea of what those keywords are that I'm talking about, let's take a look at my tool Airs right here. So this is a tool that I use and pay for monthly, but there are free tools out there that you can use yourself, right? But this is just what I use to get information on websites and competitors' websites. But yeah, so I got your top competition over there in St. George, and it's epoxy floor in St. George. They are the top competition right there and right there. And we can go ahead and see what keywords that they are using for the website and that Google's picking up. Let's take a look. So these would be some keywords. And to go into better detail for that, let's actually just look at the keywords pertaining to St. George specifically, right? Because, oh, 1 second. There we go. So these would be the keywords that I'm talking about, just to give you a better example. So St. George flooring, that would be one keyword, and there's 250 people searching for that monthly in your area. And now this KD, that's going to be keyword difficulty. And so this is basically going to be on a scale of 0 to 100. And the higher the number is, the harder it's going to be and longer it's going to take to rank for this keyword. And the lower, of course, is going to be easier keywords to rank for and faster to rank for, right? And when I say rank, I mean ranking right here in this organic section of it, right? When people put in epoxy coating St. George, Utah, that's where you're going to rank for. So that KD, you want to stay on the lower side of it if you can help it. But if not, then it's just going to take a little more time. Then we can see how much traffic they're getting to their website per month for it and their position. So these are some keywords just for St. George specifically. I know that y'all service all of Utah, so there's many more keywords that you can use. All right, on to point two. That's going to be a backlink. And now a backlink is anywhere you find one website linking to another, or in this case, it's going to be one website linking back to Rhino Concrete Coatings website right here. So these links that act like an endorsement of your website from others, which Google uses this to build trust in your business and your website by seeing others vouching for you, right? The best example that I can give for this is it's literally like a popularity contest in Google's eyes, where the person, or in this case, the website with the most other websites pointing back to theirs is winning that quote unquote popularity contest, right? So if we take a look at my tool Ahrefs, I've got your website in here, and we can see that you have one backlink and one other website referring back to you. So you're going to want to definitely get that up. And if we take a look at your top competition, we see that they have 97 backlinks and 23 referring domains. So not too hard to beat. It is going to take a little time depending on the keywords, but yeah, I think you can definitely do it. So they're winning that popularity contest that we were talking about. And the idea is, right, if it works for them, then it will work for you. And we can go and see exactly what websites do they have linking to theirs. So these would be the websites, right? And then you would go in there and you would get a link, do a post, and get your website in there and get it linking back to your page. Now, this number right here is domain rating. Now, this is on a scale of 0 to 100, and it's what I want to point out because I want to point out that not all links are created equal. So it is worth noting to stay relevant to your industry, and local websites will work best. Now, what I mean is, to further that point, is this number right here, this domain rating. And it's on a point from 0 to 100. And the higher this number is right here, then the more power that Google is giving this website right here. So you want to have high powered websites linking back to your page, right? Google, one, will give your website more power, and two, they'll start to rank you faster in this section right here as well. So you see these lower ranked ones, like anything below 20, you don't want to touch any of those, right? Because just this one alone is more powerful than all of these put together because they have no power. So just wanted to go ahead and emphasize that. If we take a look over here at the map pack section, we're going to have my last point for you, and that's going to be a citation. Now, a citation is anywhere your business name, address, and phone number is exactly as it is on your Google business page right here. So these citations, right, they help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses since they can generate huge amounts of revenue. To further that example, if someone puts in epoxy and coating St. George, Utah, you don't want to be anywhere below the top 3. Nobody's going to click on more businesses, or nobody's going to click page 2 or 3 to look at the Google business profile, right? So these citations, they're included in directories like Yelp, Angie's, Expertise, BBB, and then there's hundreds of others I'm sure you may have heard of. Social media accounts work great as well. For an example, I know you have a Facebook business page. On that Facebook business page, you would want to put your business name, address, and phone number right there on that Facebook business page. And then Google would read that and count that as one citation. So then you have Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, heck, even TikTok, right? The list goes on and on and on. And so the idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you. And once Google starts to see more often than these cats right here, of course, they're going to start ranking you higher than them, right? So let's do a quick recap. Once you start to get that content up for your website, 1,500 to 2,000 words, right? You're getting those keywords in there that I showed you and I gave you examples of. And then you're starting to kill it next on those backlinks. You got other websites linking back to Rhino concrete coatings. And last but not least, you're getting those citations and reviews up. Well, let's take a look at why it might be so important. Or in this case, it's not really that good of an example because Epoxy Flooring St. George is not doing that great of a job at what they're focusing on. So, but just in St. George alone, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the volume searching up for those keywords, right? So you can see the volume alone just for St. George. Now let's say if you get to, the top 3 in this position, usually 10% of this number right here converts to a call or a form fill out or some type of form fill out for your services, right? So let's just say out of all this, let's just go on the low number. Let's just say that you had 300 people visiting your website a month because you're ranking in the top 3 for St. George. And then let's say only 10% of those people decide to pick up the phone to actually get services from you over there in St. George. So let's say 30 people call and then your team only closes out half of those, right? Well, I don't know what your profit margins are right now, but I guarantee that 15 new jobs would probably do a good number for your pockets and the business, right? I also want to point out that there's many more keywords that you can use. These guys just happen to be focusing on the wrong keywords to actually rank for. And there's way more than just what they're doing right here number-wise for traffic. I noticed that y'all service all of Utah, so I can guarantee you can be in the hundreds, close to 500, 600, maybe more. Once you do get to ranking for those right keywords, I do want to go ahead and give advice specifically to you and your website. I would make a service area page specifically for the towns that you want to serve, right? So I know you're serving southern and northern Utah, but get more specific, build out a page for those locations and put those keywords in each of those pages as well, right? So you can start ranking for those. But that's top of the iceberg for it. And yeah, that's what I do for a living. And I'm creating this video here in hopes that it'll start generating more leads online. If you do find yourself wanting more and you want to start scaling the business, feel free to reach out and I can help you with some more information. Or we can just talk about the goals and I can do the research to find out exactly what could be realistic for the business and what it might take to reach those goals. I do ask that you would just leave one line of feedback, brother. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Again, my name is Nick O'Neill, and my door is always open, brother. You can message me back on Facebook Messengers, or heck, even my cell phone is open at 832-728-9003. Appreciate you for watching, brother. Have a blessed night or morning if you're watching this in the morning, man. Goodbye.